There's something nobody tells you about getting older. It's not the wrinkles or the gray hair that catch you off guard. It's the slow, sneaky way your legs start to feel just a little weaker than they used to. One day, you're climbing stairs without a second thought, and the next, you find yourself pausing halfway up, wondering when it got so hard. Or maybe you've noticed, it takes a bit more effort to get out of your favorite chair. It happens so gradually, you might not even realize it's happening. Until suddenly, you do. But here's the good news. This isn't just an inevitable part of aging. In fact, much of it comes down to something we can control: what we eat. You see, your muscles need the right fuel to stay strong, just like a car needs the right oil to run smoothly. And if you're not giving them what they need, they'll start to fade, little by little. Today, we're going to talk about 6 powerful foods that can help keep your legs strong, steady, and ready for whatever life throws your way. These aren't exotic, hard-to-find ingredients. They're simple, everyday foods you might already have in your kitchen. But chances are, you're not eating enough of them. So let's dive in and give your legs the support they deserve. First up, let's talk about sweet potatoes. Now, you might think of these as just a tasty side dish, but they're so much more than that. Sweet potatoes are like a secret weapon for your muscles. Why? Because they're packed with something called complex carbohydrates. Unlike the simple carbs in white bread or pasta, the ones that give you a quick energy spike followed by a crash, complex carbs break down slowly, providing steady, long-lasting fuel. That means no more mid-afternoon slumps, where your legs feel like they're made of lead. But energy isn't the only thing sweet potatoes offer. They're also loaded with vitamin A, a powerful antioxidant that helps repair muscle tissue. Think of it like this. Every time you move, your muscles experience tiny tears. When you're younger, your body fixes these effortlessly. But as we age, that process slows down. Vitamin A steps in to speed up recovery, so you wake up feeling limber instead of stiff and achy. And there's one more thing sweet potatoes do better than almost any other food. They fight inflammation. You might not feel it, but chronic inflammation is silently wearing down your muscles, making every movement harder over time. Sweet potatoes are packed with anti-inflammatory compounds that help keep your legs strong and flexible. Now, let's move on to another everyday hero: oats. Most of us think of oats as just a humble breakfast food, but they're actually a powerhouse for leg strength. Here's why. Oats are rich in something called beta-glucans, a type of fiber that helps regulate blood sugar. That means no more energy crashes that leave your legs feeling weak and tired. Instead, you get a steady stream of fuel to keep you moving all day long. But oats don't stop there. They're also packed with magnesium, a mineral that's crucial for muscle function. If you've ever woken up in the middle of the night with a leg cramp, you know how painful that can be. More often than not, it's a sign your body's craving magnesium. Oats help keep those cramps at bay, so you can sleep soundly and wake up ready to go. And here's something most people don't realize. Oats are a great source of plant-based protein. Now, it's not as much as you'd get from meat or eggs, but every little bit helps when it comes to maintaining muscle. Think of oats as a gentle, steady support for your legs, helping them stay strong day after day. Now, before we move on to the next food, I want you to think about this. Small changes can make a big difference. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Start by adding a serving of sweet potatoes or oats to your meals a few times a week. Your legs will thank you. And speaking of foods that pack a punch, let's talk about avocados next. You might think of them as just a trendy toast topping, but they're one of the best foods out there for keeping your legs pain-free and strong. The secret? Healthy fats. Avocados are loaded with monounsaturated fats, which fight inflammation and keep your joints moving smoothly. But that's not all. Avocados are also one of the best sources of potassium, even better than bananas. Potassium is essential for muscle contractions, so if you've been feeling weak or unsteady on your feet, it could be a sign you're not getting enough. Avocados help keep those muscles firing properly, so you can move with confidence. And here's the best part. Avocados are incredibly easy to add to your diet. Mash them on toast, blend them into a smoothie, or simply slice them onto a salad. However you enjoy them, you're giving your legs the nutrients they need to stay strong. Now, we've covered 3 amazing foods so far: sweet potatoes, oats, and avocados. But we're just getting started. In the next part, we'll talk about 3 more foods that can make a world of difference for your leg strength. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. So tell me, have you noticed any changes in your leg strength lately? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're finding this helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips on staying strong and healthy at any age. Now, let's keep going, because your strongest legs are still ahead of you. You know, sometimes the simplest foods can have the biggest impact, especially when it comes to keeping your legs strong and steady. We've already talked about sweet potatoes, oats, and avocados, but there are 3 more foods that deserve your attention. These aren't just good for you. They're essential if you want to stay mobile, avoid stiffness, and keep doing the things you love for years to come. Let's start with berries. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Berries are just a sweet little snack, right? Well, think again. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, they're like tiny bodyguards for your muscles. Here's why. As we age, our muscles face a hidden enemy called oxidative stress. It's what causes wear and tear at the cellular level, making your legs feel weaker over time. But berries? They're packed with antioxidants that fight back against this damage. Ever notice how your legs feel stiff in the morning or ache after a long walk? That's often due to inflammation, and berries are one of nature's best anti-inflammatory foods. They help keep your joints flexible and your muscles moving smoothly. Plus, they're loaded with vitamin C, which helps your body produce collagen, the stuff that keeps your tendons and joints strong. And here's a bonus. Berries are great for your brain, too. Studies show they can improve memory and focus, which means staying sharp and steady on your feet. Try tossing a handful into your morning yogurt, blending them into a smoothie, or just enjoying them fresh. Your legs, and your mind, will thank you. Now, let's talk about a food that's like a supercharger for your muscles: salmon. If you want to keep your legs strong, this is one of the best things you can eat. Why? Because it's packed with high-quality protein and omega-3 fatty acids. Protein rebuilds muscle tissue, which naturally breaks down as we age. Without enough of it, your legs lose strength, making stairs, walks, and even standing up harder than they should be. But the real magic of salmon lies in those omega-3s. They're like natural lubricant for your joints, reducing inflammation and easing stiffness. Ever notice how some days your knees just don't want to cooperate? Omega-3s help with that. They also improve blood flow, ensuring your muscles get the oxygen they need to stay energized. And here's something most people don't realize. Salmon is rich in vitamin B12, a nutrient that's crucial for nerve function. Weakness in your legs isn't always just about muscles. Sometimes it's your nerves failing to send strong signals. B12 keeps those connections sharp, so your movements stay quick and steady. You don't need to eat salmon every day. Just 2 or 3 servings a week can make a big difference. Grill it, bake it, or even toss canned salmon into a salad. However you enjoy it, you're giving your legs the support they need to keep carrying you forward. Now, let's move on to one of the most underrated foods for leg strength: eggs. Athletes and bodybuilders have relied on eggs for decades, and for good reason. They're one of the most complete sources of nutrition out there, especially when it comes to maintaining muscle. Eggs are a perfect protein. They contain all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to rebuild muscle. That's critical as we age because our bodies naturally lose muscle mass over time. Without enough protein, your legs get weaker, your balance suffers, and even simple movements become harder. But eggs help counteract that decline, keeping your legs strong and functional. They're also one of the few foods naturally rich in vitamin D, which is just as important for muscles as it is for bones. Low vitamin D levels are directly linked to muscle weakness and a higher risk of falls. If you've been feeling unsteady on your feet, this could be a big part of the reason why. And there's one more hidden gem in eggs: choline. It's a nutrient most people have never heard of, but it's vital for nerve-muscle communication. As we get older, those signals between brain and body can slow down, making your legs feel sluggish or uncoordinated. Choline helps keep those connections strong, so you stay steady on your feet. The best part: eggs are easy to add to your diet. Scramble them for breakfast, hard-boil them for a snack, or mix them into a veggie-packed omelet. Even just 1 or 2 a day can make a noticeable difference in how your legs feel. Now, we've covered 6 incredible foods: sweet potatoes, oats, avocados, berries, salmon, and eggs. Each one plays a unique role in keeping your legs strong, flexible, and pain-free. But here's the key: consistency. Adding these foods to your diet a few times a week is what makes the real difference over time. So tell me, have you tried any of these foods to help with leg strength? Or maybe you've noticed a difference when you don't eat them? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear what's working for you. And if you're finding this helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more simple, science-backed tips to stay strong and independent at any age. Because the best years of your life shouldn't be spent worrying about weak legs. They should be spent enjoying every step. Now let's wrap this up with a few final thoughts. Because what you do beyond food matters just as much. You know, food is powerful, but it's only part of the story when it comes to keeping your legs strong. What you do with your body matters just as much as what you put into it. Think of it like this: if you had a beautiful high-performance car, you wouldn't just fill it with premium fuel and let it sit in the garage, would you? No. You'd take it out, keep the engine running smoothly, and maintain it so it lasts for years. Your body is the same way. Now, I know exercise can feel intimidating, especially if you're already noticing some weakness. But here's the good news: you don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights to make a difference. In fact, some of the most effective exercises for leg strength are simple, gentle, and can be done right at home. Let's start with chair stands. These are exactly what they sound like: standing up from a chair without using your hands for support. It might seem too easy at first, but this simple movement strengthens your quadriceps, the muscles that are crucial for walking, climbing stairs, and keeping your balance. Try doing 5 to 10 repetitions a day, holding on to something for support if needed. Over time, you'll notice getting out of chairs becomes effortless again. Another game changer: heel raises. Just hold on to a countertop, lift your heels off the ground, and slowly lower back down. This strengthens your calves, the muscles that act like natural shock absorbers with every step you take. Weak calves lead to shuffling steps and poor balance, so keeping them strong helps prevent falls. And don't forget about walking, nature's perfect exercise. But here's the key: it's not just about distance. Focus on taking purposeful strides, rolling through your entire foot from heel to toe. This maintains flexibility and activates all those small, stabilizing muscles that keep you steady. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day makes a difference. Now, let's talk about something most people overlook: hydration. Your muscles are about 75% water, and even mild dehydration can cause weakness, cramping, and that heavy, tired feeling in your legs. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, and remember, if you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. Keep a bottle nearby and sip throughout the day. Here's another simple tip. Check your shoes. Worn-out soles or unsupportive footwear. Change your gait, putting extra strain on your legs. Look for shoes with good arch support and a slightly raised heel. This small change can reduce joint stress and make walking feel easier. Finally, let's address the elephant in the room: fear of falling. It's natural to become cautious when your legs don't feel as reliable, but pulling back on activity actually makes weakness worse. The less you use your muscles, the faster they fade. That's why combining these foods with gentle movement is so powerful. It breaks the cycle of decline. Remember, you're not trying to turn back the clock. You're giving your body what it needs to age strongly and gracefully. Weak legs aren't inevitable. With the right foods, simple exercises, and daily habits, you can maintain and even regain the strength to keep doing what you love. So tell me, which of these tips will you try first? The chair stands, adding more salmon to your meals, or maybe just drinking that extra glass of water? Let me know in the comments. I read everyone. If this video helped you, please hit that like button. It really supports the channel. And subscribe if you haven't already, because we'll be sharing more practical ways to stay strong, independent, and vibrant at any age. Here's to standing tall, moving with confidence, and enjoying every step of your journey, because you deserve to feel strong in your body for all the years ahead. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.